Okay, as you would know, yesterday, and there are quite a few people here who are telling me that I'm wrong, that the average New Zealand desperately wants a Trump victory, I'm told, to stick it all up the left all around the world. That's not the polls I've seen here in New Zealand. I think the polls that I've seen in New Zealand, 4 out of 5 New Zealanders want Harris to win. I'm just saying, does it really make any difference? To me, they're both protectionists. They both aren't going to assist us in our trading enterprises. I'm wondering, really, for a small country like New Zealand stuck at the bottom of the South Pacific, really makes too much difference. And then the other thing is, everybody seems to think that the president is some sort of individual potentate, some sort of Vladimir Putin or Xping or, I don't know, some sort of, rocket man from North Korea. I'm pretty sure that the American fathers who wrote the Constitution made sure that their president couldn't go mad, and that they surrounded him with a whole series of rules, regulations, including a Senate and a House of Representatives, various courts and things like that. So I don't think that they're quite the dictatorial despot, the presidents of the United States, no matter how much they might like to think they are, that we think. But there you go. And joining us to talk about that now is Professor Shawn Easley, who, and I'm going to do it properly, is a political science professor at Cuyahoga Community College in Cleveland, not the smaller, dearer, more snooty Cleveland University. Is that right? Have I got that right, Shawn? Have I been telling you that you've been at the Cleveland University, not at the Cuyahoga Community College in Cleveland?
Oh, it's okay. There's been a couple of interpretations of where I work, but this is correct. Cuyahoga
No.
College.
If I've got it wrong, I've got it wrong. I don't mind getting it right. Anyhow, I mean, after all, you are the capital of cat stealing and cat eating at the moment, aren't you, in Ohio?
Oh, I think that's about 100 miles southeast of us, but yeah, pets beware. We're out for you.
Well, no, it's interesting, though. Ohio, you're sort of near the Canadian border, aren't you?
Sure. Our Lake Erie, just 10 miles off our Lake Erie shore, becomes Canadian waters. So there is an island that's just about a 15-minute or 20-minute, trip off our harbor on a boat that is in Canadian territory. So sure, we're on the Canadian border.
Yeah, it's just that you won't believe this, but in New Zealand on Google, trending at the moment is Ohio pet eating. As a consequence of the debate yesterday. It's trending in New Zealand on Google.
How do you like your pets? Barbecue?
Honestly, we shoot them over here, so we have a bit of a feral cat hunt every year, and we send the primary school kids out together, and they're going, kill them all, which is cool. Nobody's got too many problems with that except, I don't know, animal lovers and stuff like that. But at least, we hadn't thought of eating them. Where did this idea first come from? Because it was raised in the presidential debate yesterday. But how did this story start?
A few days ago, Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance, our own Ohio State Senator, evidently had heard this, and I don't know exactly the origin story, but he'd heard it either online or through some kind of, whatever meme, delivery system of your choice, that this was going on, that people were concerned specifically about Haitian immigrants in particular that had come to populate this small town in middle Ohio. And there's some backstory that's important, and that was that there's been this huge influx of Haitian immigrants to this town because the town had advertised that it needed workers. So they came to fulfill these jobs, and they're doing well, and they're working, and they've established churches, and they've kind of established their own community within this community, and generally it's going very well, except that there are some people, of course, that feel displaced by this. And very tragically, about a week and a half ago, there was a school bus accident where a young man died, a young school kid died, and the teacher, or the bus driver, was found out to be one of these Haitian immigrants. And so there's been kind of this really very tense atmosphere surrounding this immigrant population. So where specifically this dog eating or cat eating rumor mill got created, I really don't know, but it was, kind of tragically, like you said, farcically last off. Originally, the fact that Mr. Trump brought it up again last night during the debate was pretty shocking. you would think the first, rule or the number one thing you would do would be to try to distance yourself from such a kind of thing. But he went right there, and now, of course, like you said, they're talking about it all over the world.
Yeah, no. It's it's sort of It just sort of confirms for many of us that sort of surreal element that is US politics. Listen, I'm just on that though, Shawn. Those Haitians have come a long way to get to Ohio, as you point out. You're not far from the Canadian lakes. Are they there legally or illegally?
They're there legally. They are given specific visa privileges to fulfill some of these jobs, and they're also given legal privileges as refugees escaping Haiti, which of course is just a horrifically violent and tumultuous place, right? And so, no, these are legal immigrants. They're not citizens. They have temporary legal status pending their situation and what they're doing, what have you. But you have to be legal in order to work legally here, and this is not under the table. These are leading U.S. manufacturing companies, small businesses, so on and so forth. So there's nothing illegal about it.
I wonder how that's. I mean, I can imagine how it's playing in Ohio just at the moment, but there's, as I said, in introducing this particular topic, there is a perception. Obviously throughout the United States and throughout most of the Western world anyhow, through the media, that Kamala Harris, she didn't clean his clock, but she was the stronger of the debaters on stage at the ABC News yesterday. But I'm interested in if something like that, and I think the quote was, in Springfield they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Does something like that, because it's so surreal, just burn everything off or not?
I think the fact that, as you correctly quoted, is surreal. It won't have a long shelf life. When you think of the barrage of I don't. There have been, the American public is just numb to crazy things coming out of the political landscape. And so it's like, what's next? You have, crazy conspiracy theories that just run rampant with the fact that, social media, is not vetted. There's no, legal and cooperation going on. So much, utter ridiculousness can just run rampant in our system, and it seems like it lasts only as long as the next ridiculousness comes over and prevails. And I'm sure that we're less than 24 hours from whatever the next rage-a-thon is going to be.
Now, despite this debate and the view that Kamala Harris didn't do herself any harm, I think that's the best way of looking at it. It was sort of it was one of those debates in which you go, oh God, please don't stuff up, and she didn't. The other thing is, as I said, I think in my introductory remarks also, in a week's time it really won't make too much difference, and there's still a hell of a long time to go to get to the 5th of November